The theme of Texas's 2024 recruiting class has been recruit through the whistle. You know, our own Gerry Hamilton, he's said it numerous times. And as we come down to the end of this cycle, the Horns are still looking to throw a few haymakers. So in this video, we're going to break down the Horns flip chance with a few key recruits, and are they in for line for a commitment tomorrow? We're going to break it all down. But first, hit subscribe to the On3 Recruit channel. We're having a blast here. We talk recruiting 365 days out of the year, so make sure you're subscribed. All right, let's bring on national analyst Gerry Hamilton, and we're going to start with four-star linebacker Tyanthony Smith, because I personally thought this one was over. I thought he was going to stick with Texas A&M. He told you guys that he was a fan of Mike Elko and everything, but now it looks like the Horns are hosting him on an official visit. Is there still life left in this recruitment?
Yeah, I would say so, Josh. If Tyanthony Smith steps foot on campus in Austin this weekend, that would be with his grandmother, his aunt, and his sister. That's tough. That's tough news for Texas A&M. The key here is Texas A&M, Mike Elko. They're sure to be in home this week. We don't have that exact date yet, but they're sure to come in and make that pitch to try to stop that official visit from happening, because bad things normally happen if you make a visit to somewhere else you're not committed the weekend before signing day. That's never a good scenario, especially with a guy who's graduating from high school next week and will be an early enrollee. So this is a first real late signing day, or I guess early December battle between Mike Elko and Steve Sarkisian right here. Texas is doing it, Josh, without a linebackers coach. It's Pete Kwiatkowski, the D coordinator, that went to Jasper last week and will be back again this week before this official visit. So, look, if you're A&M and you're just like, Tyanthony Smith makes that visit, you're just kind of shaking your head, because Texas doesn't have a linebackers coach in place right now, but they are in the college football playoff.
Yeah, Texas is going to try to get another prospect on campus. We're going to talk about him here in a second, Xavier Filsaime. But first, Tyanthony Smith, has he been downplaying his interest in Texas, or what's been kind of going on behind the scenes to get him there this weekend?
No, it's interesting. He had an official visit scheduled to go to Texas September 30th for the Kansas game weekend. He canceled that morning of. And he another time Texas tried to get him on campus, he didn't make that visit either. So I just think it's throughout this coaching process that the change at Texas A&M, Elijah Robinson moved on to Syracuse, right? Some of the familiarity, some of the relationships he had, I think have led him down the path that I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing here. I think Texas A&M throughout the season, while Texas has continued to try. Heck, LSU and Florida came by the school last week, Josh, just to see if there was any interest. He's remained a guy that was pretty solidly committed to Texas A&M. I would say to this point, as of today, the door is more open than it has been all season long, and I'm very interested to see what this A&M in-home this week does, because they know if this visit happens, it's not good news for the Aggies.
Yeah, and I think Florida kind of gets that sense with five-star commitment safety Xavier Filsaime. He's gonna. It's been a lot of back and forth, right? Steve Sarkisian, Blake Gideon, they used their in-home visit already. Today, later in just a few hours, UF-DC Austin Armstrong and newly hired DB coach Will Harris are going to make their in-home. Now, Filsaime has an official visit to Texas this weekend. Do you think there's any chance the Gators coaching staff can get in there tonight and shut this recruitment down?
I think they know they have to, else they're in trouble, because that would be 2 visits to Texas in a short amount of time. You got to remember, right before Thanksgiving, Filsaime and his father went down to Austin, watched the practice, watched Texas prepare. Obviously, that was before the Texas Tech game. Then he went down to Florida for the rivalry game against FSU, did the same thing, wanted to watch Florida prepare. But now it's defensive backs coach Will Harris that has the job. Tough first stop for a new coach. Go on into McKinney, Texas, Josh, and keep this number 33 ranked prospect in America from visiting Texas officially this weekend. That's a tough ask for any coach. So Florida's got to find a way to get Filsaime to cancel that visit, in my estimation, else they know they're up against it.
All right, so then I got to ask, you said it with Tyanthony, if Xavier Filsaime makes it to campus this weekend, does he flip to Texas in the end?
I think that one happens. Yeah, if he makes that visit, there's too many things pointing that direction. I think Florida knows it, and I think Texas knows it. If this visit happens, because this will be a visit where his father is on the official visit, and his mother, who lives in Orlando, would fly in for the official visit.
Wow.
That's not good news for Florida.
No, it sounds like they mean business if they end up being in Austin this weekend. This is an exciting finish, but is there anybody else out there that Texas fans need to watch as a potential flip target?
Yeah, Dominic McKinley's an interesting one. Obviously, the Texas A&M commitment from Acadiana High there in Lafayette. You know, he was at Texas A&M last weekend after Acadiana lost in a state championship game. So everybody was pretty much like, "Oh, that's it. He's gonna sign with Texas A&M. This recruitment's over." Well, I talked to a source very close to that recruitment last night, and I was surprised when the word was Elijah Robinson and Syracuse were coming in for an in-home Monday. Mike Elko Tuesday, Brian Kelly and LSU Wednesday, Brent Venables and Todd Bates Thursday, and Sarkisian, Bo Davis and Kwiatkowski Friday. I mean, but then there was this kicker, Josh. He's not going to sign until February. So not only is it one to watch now, but it's one to watch for a few weeks.
Well, then if you're a head coach and you know he's going in February, do you burn your visit this week or do you save it for January?
I think it's going to be interesting to see if some of those in-home visits are adjusted for that reason. If him and his family say, no, I'm not signing until February, then why would you? Any of the head coaches when they're in-home the rest of this week. I'm very interested to see if these in-home visits become more assistant coaches and leave the head coach for January.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, real quick here. Number 4 cornerback in the country, Kobe Black, makes his decision tomorrow. Will he be a Horn? Yes or no?
Yes. If not, I need to cover water polo.
All right, there you have it, folks. The great Gerry Hamilton. Thank you for dropping by today on the Inside Scoop.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that content, be sure to subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. We have a new page dedicated only to recruiting. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now.